I took a short position on Amazon stock. Check this out. So I announced it to my LPP team. I waited for Amazon stock to gap up. Obviously, earnings performed very, very well. It peaked at highs of 142.89. And if we look at Amazon stock from its close to its peak, I mean, at one point it was kissing 11% on the day. I don't know if you've ever looked into the Amazon stock history, but the biggest day it's ever had was back in 2021, and it was around 14% on the day. I thought that being up 11% was quite significant. I decided to entertain the idea of entering a short position, and I walked away with $7,300, almost $7,400 by being able to, again, short from the highs, cover out the lows, short the highs, cover out the lows, and then it actually broke below EMA, and then I just simply added more to it. So it was a lot of fun. I also traded SQQQ, $4,062 on that trade, and then $12,700 for a whopping $24,000 on the day. I've said it on Instagram. I've said it, and I'll say it again. I'm on a really good streak right now, and I know a red day is right around the corner, right? I thought today was going to be a red trade. So one of the first trades that I took today, if you're part of LPP, go watch today's earlier video. I took my initial trade on TQQQ. I added more to it as it was going according to plan, but nothing too heavy, right? Because it was still super early within the day. I didn't know where exactly the market direction was going to go. We peaked. We saw it that on the 5-minute that it was touching the resistance on the moving average, right? So this is what we see right here on the 5-minute. Looks a little bit different on the 5-minute than it does on the 1-minute. But I called it out. I was like, hey, this might be a potential resistance zone. I didn't lock in profits. I was only up like $300 or $400. My position was really light. It pulled on back, or light enough that I didn't entertain to lock in profits. It pulled on back, broke below the moving average. To me, I view that as a break-if pattern. I cut losses on it. I think I was down like, I don't know, a few hundred, maybe 1,000. I didn't even look at how much I was down. One of the things that I wanted to preach, I just uploaded a video on Instagram about it, is that, cutting losses does not make you a bad trader. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It's simply, kind of just a new opportunity to wait for more favorable conditions, right? That's really all it is. And, the market sold off even more, pulling back TQQQ. It came back to retest previous support. I saw that as a setup that was meeting my criteria. We began to indicate signs of an uptrend. I took a position. I announced it to my LPP team. Direction became more favorable. It was making higher highs and higher lows. I really liked that. I added more to it. And then it peaked at highs of nearly 42.50. Locked in profits, and I walked away with $12,000 in the green. Again, a perfect example that, our job is not to avoid risk. Our job is to manage it. And I think today is a great example of that. So I've been trying to hold myself accountable with position size when things are beginning to go south, to not overcomplicate it, to not try to add more to it, just to cut losses and keep it small, or as small as I can, and then just to wait for the next opportunity. I know my next red day is just going to be right around the corner. I'm trying to make the most of this, and I'm trying to make sure that I approach this in a very open-minded way, where I don't feel arrogant and like, I'm invincible, because I know the market will definitely humble me. But really quickly, what's to come for tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday, August 4th. These are all before the market opens. This is all 1 hour before the market opens at 8:30 a.m. These are non-farm payrolls, non-farm private payrolls, average hourly earnings. The big one that I'm going to be paying attention to is the unemployment rate, and all of these are going to be reported 1 hour before the market opens. So if you see the market opening or 1 hour before the market opens that there's a big move into the green or a big move into the red, then most likely it's because of these economic reports. And the only other thing is that there's a handful of companies reporting before the market opens, such as Fubo or Nikola. But again, none of these have large enough market caps to really move anything when it comes down to the market. When it comes down to what reported earnings after the market closed, this is Apple stock. Apple stock ended up selling off, even though it exceeded expectation when it comes down to earnings. Both EPS and revenue were beat, yet Apple stock sold off. And when it comes down to Amazon stock, Amazon beat both earnings per share and revenue, and its guidance was pretty solid, therefore causing it to even, have a second win of higher highs and higher lows. So very happy with how today played out, and excited to see what we can make out of tomorrow. I do want to remind you, you don't have to, but I do trade live every morning with my Learn Plan Profit team. They are the only team that I work with on a closer basis. They get access to the A to Z video lesson library, the daily live trading session, and also our private group chat and access to the TechBuds HQ. This is all a one-time payment, lifetime access. You get to see me trade live as soon as the next day the market opens, and I hope to see you all there. So I appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. If you want to end up checking out our LPP team so you can watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, that is going to be the second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.